Good morning. Sorry, I don't know how to say good morning German, so I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that, Doris.
Good morning.
Good more. I'll take some time to do it. So please go for it. So wow, incredible! Thank you so much, brothers and sisters, for being here today. I'm really happy to see all of you here, and also really happy to see our brothers and sisters joining through Zoom. Welcome as well. Sincerely, I was afraid that today was going to be a cloudy day, rainy, cloudy, a bit typical, usual weather in Ireland, but thank goodness God blessed us with this beautiful sunny day. Really grateful for that. And well, I believe you all are aware that we are now in a 40-day devotion period, because next month we're gonna commemorate the 10th anniversary of the Sampa of our dear true father, and there's gonna be many events coming through, and also is a time for reflection. So what I would like to talk about today is about the relationship between true parents and I. We all know, love, respect, and are devoting our lives of faith to the principle, to heavenly parents, and especially true parents. We know them, we came to know them through the principle. They gave us the principle, they gave us the blessing, and opened the way for humankind to be restored into one family under God, to bring back, they opened the path for humanity to be brought back to God's heart and God's bosom. Although, and of course, oftentimes, we might feel a bit distant physically, and I don't know, in other senses as well, from true parents, because they're all the way back in Korea, and we're here in Ireland, or I was in Brazil at that time. So sometimes for this distance, it might be a little bit difficult in the beginning to connect with our true parents, because each of us develop our relationship with true parents. Each one of us has a life of faith. Each one of us has a path of faith, and we come to find the principle, and we find our way to connect with our heavenly parent and our true parents. But we should not think that true parents are distant. We should never think that true parents are distant from us. True Mother now is leading the Providence, as well connected with our true Father and Spirit world. But we should not think that they're away from us or they're distant from us. We should feel that they are with us every single day. And they are with us every single day. But as we develop our life of faith, there might be some doubts and questions in our life of faith. It's natural to question yourself. It's natural to question your beliefs. It's really natural. But we should not think that true parents are far from us. We are the living embodiment of our true parents. We are the living testimony of their heart, their suffering, of their heart, and their immense love to humankind. So I will share my own experience in developing my relationship with true parents, and then after we'll share a testimony from Sanjin Lim, one of the daughters of true parents that is now conducting the Providence. And I really respect her, not, of course, all of the true family, but I admire her for her sincerity of heart and for her, her openness of heart to share her heart with us as brothers and sisters, not in a position of, oh, I'm a true children or anything. No, she wants to share with us as brothers and sisters. In my life of faith, I had some spiritual experiences. And one spiritual experience I had is when my mother was away in Korea. She was in a 40-day ancestral liberation workshop in Cheongpyeong. And we were back home in Brazil, just me, my father, and my brother. And we continue our lives because we were missionaries there. And there was one moment there was some holy music playing in the background. And there was for some holy songs, and I just closed my eyes because I was reflecting on that moment. And then when I closed my eyes, I saw a vision. In that vision, first of all, I saw my ancestors who were liberated by my mom at that time, and they all came in a white cloud and white robes, and they came down to me and they said, then they hugged me. You know, I was surprised to see them all there. And they said, Mia, we love you so, so much. And it was such a peaceful, embracing environment. It was really clear as today, sunny. There were like streams flowing, there were animals around, there was nature, waterfalls. It was a really peaceful environment in which I was in. And then after, when I turned right, I saw a really bright light. In that bright light, two parents came, descended from this bright light, and then True Father held my hand and True Mother held my hand. When I felt True Father's touch in my hand, it was like a burning fire. It was like that energy that True Father always showed in his sermons, in his speeches, in the rallies, all the energy that we feel from True Father. On the other hand, True Mother was holding my other hand, my right hand, and her hand was so soft, such as porcelain, was so delicate that I was even afraid to let go, that it would break. But I felt so much peace in my heart in that moment. And when they held my hand and they embraced me, both true parents in my vision, and they told me, Mie, we love you very much. Never forget that we always be with you. Never forget that. We always love you. And then when I realized, when I opened my eyes, I was tearing up. Because like, what just happened? What just had happened? Because sometimes we feel that true parents are always, of course, they are in the leading position. They are the second coming of the Messiah. They have to bring forth the providence. But in a, let's say, in an external point of view, they're really distant from us. We hear them in their speeches, in the events, in the major events, and in some occasions as well. But sometimes it might be a bit difficult to feel connected with true parents. But when we open our hearts and we come to study true parents, and we are really lucky and blessed that now we have True Father, not just True Father's autobiography, but as well True Mother's autobiography. So we can know them deeply. We can know their path since their birth, their childhood, how they accepted the mission, how were they prepared to receive the mission as true parents, because it was not an easy path. We see from True Father's life, we see all the imprisonments that he had to go through. We see from True Mother that she lived in a time of war. There's one part in True Mother's autobiography, if I'm not mistaken, it says a blue light of death, in which she was fleeing from her hometown to cross the Han River, and with the help of her uncle, as soon as they crossed the bridge, the bridge was bombarded, and God spared her life as a true mother. When I read that part, I get so emotional because anything could have happened. Anything could have happened. I cannot imagine a scenario in which we don't have true parents. I cannot imagine a scenario like that. Even like in my growing up in my life of faith, I was questioning myself, what would I be if I was not born in as a second gen? I was even wondering how it would be, and wondering if I would ever, see myself, let's say like that, not knowing the principle, without knowing true parents. And then I reflected my life will be just a normal life, will be just a simple life, but without, inheriting this deep foundation from our true parents, inheriting the principle, understanding the principle, and seeing the principle in practice, because the principle is true. The divine principle is the truth. And if we apply our divine principle in our own lives, in our daily lives, we will confirm each time that divine principle is the truth. And the true parents are really the Messiah, seen from their deeds, since the beginning of the providence, since they got married in the marriage supper of the Lamb in 1960, until today. True Mother is already in a, let's say, she's more than 8 years old, but she's still leading the providence. So it's a really remarkable thing. And I cannot imagine myself without true parents. I cannot imagine myself outside true parents' bosom. I cannot imagine my existence without true parents. Because if it was not for true parents, I wouldn't be here. True parents connected many countries and many continents through the blessing. True parents connected different religions, different cultures, different languages, and brought them together with one ideal: to bring blessed families, to bring about blessed families, to fill the earth and bring the sons and daughters of God back to him through the blessing. And now we can do that through the Heavenly Tribe Messiah providence. So it's unimaginable, and I'm really grateful for true parents. Of course, it took me some time to deeply understand true parents and understand true parents' impact in my life. It takes us, of course, it's not a universal path. Each one of us here, and also brothers and sisters joining through Zoom, have their own path of faith. So each one of us has a path to meet God. True Father quoted one time, there are as many ways to find God as there are many kinds of faces in the world. So each one of us has a unique experience. Each one of us has a unique way to meet with our Heavenly Parent and to establish this artistic connection and heavenly connection with our true parents. So I'm not saying that my way is the standard way. I'm not saying that. Far from that. It might not be the ideal one. But each one of us has a path to, develop our life of faith and develop our love towards true parents, towards our Heavenly Parents. So reflect on your life. Each one of us has a different path, has a different life, but we all come here together because we believe in the principle, we believe in true parents, and we believe in the ideals, living for the sake of others, and expanding our blessing, not just for our family, but also for our community and for all the world. So, of course, it's not an easy path, but we will find our way through it and find our connection with our true parents. And we should never forget that our true parents are always with us. Even though they don't know our names, even though they don't see us or we don't see them so often, but they're always there for us. Regardless of the situation, regardless of our positions, regardless of everything, they are always with us. And they are continuing loving us. They continue to love us with this unconditional love, with this unconditional and deep true love they have for all of us and for all humankind. Because true parents' goal is to bring all humanity, all 8 billion people back to God. So they love us all very much. So it's up to us to really connect with our true parents, connect with them, know them, and get to know them more, so we can connect with them in a better way. So as I share my experience, I would like to share also Sanjini's experience in finding her way to embrace and love true parents and inherit this heart of true parents and serve true parents for the sake of humankind. So it's in the Word file. If you can also share on Zoom, please. There's some technical difficulties. I'm sorry, guys. It's a bit usual for us, but sorry. Can you put on top, please? No, just put on top. People can see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I separated these quotes from Sanjin Nim's when she's sharing her heart with brothers and sisters, Champion. I think you might all know Sanjin Nim. She's one of the true children. She is graduated in psychology in Harvard. And since 2011, she has been helping her mother in carrying out the providence in many ways. And in 2017, also in the Global Top Gun, I think Christina was participating in this workshop. And I believe she had the opportunity to see Sanjin in there. And one thing, as I mentioned before, is that she connects with us heart to heart. She has these heart-to-heart sessions, and the members can ask her questions. And then she, prepares herself one day before. She receives the questions and she prepares herself, and then she can share her whole heart with our brothers and sisters. So I'll share these extracts from this session that Sanjini was sharing with our brothers and sisters from November 3rd, 2017. A member was questioning how was her relationship with her parents, how she developed her relationship with her parents, and what impacted her the most in her life of faith in finding her way and, getting to understand her parents. So I'll read. So please follow me in my reading. When we were growing up, these are some Janine's words, sorry. When we were growing up, we did not have true parents with us so much. So although we were called true children, it was not always such a blessing. In that time of indemnity, when we were growing up, true parents had to love Cain more than Abel to indemnify the fall. So they needed to put the Cain children first. I also saw my brothers and sisters go through difficulties. I came to have a lot of doubt, resentment, even anger and disbelief. Hyojin Nim, especially, grew up under such pressure to inherit from true father as his son. He had to endure so much internally, yet always had great hopes for people. He was absolutely faithful to father and mother. True parents went to America. At the time, there was a problem of racism, plus father and the movement began to receive a lot of persecution. People would fight and bully my brother Hyojin. I also saw my other brothers and sisters made fun of and being persecuted as father's children. There were threats against true parents' lives, and we were warned about the danger of kidnapping and that we, the children, needed security too. I think that is why Hyojin Nim did martial arts so much. It was a difficult environment in which to grow up. First-generation families can relate. Like true parents, you sacrificed your lives for the sake of others, for the sake of the providence, and your children may have grown up with the same challenges we had. Everything True Mother has been trying to do recently is to bring everyone back, to restore the family, to be able to go as one family. She elevated Hyojin Oppa to a position that during his earthly lifetime he was never able to receive. In this lifetime, even for someone like me, as a true child, I was so unworthy. Yet, mother asked me to help her and taught me really how to be a child of true parents. So when did I realize I was a true child? It was when, in spite of everything, I experienced true parents' unconditional love, and I realized the Heavenly Parent has never, ever given up on any one of his children, and that true parents unconditionally love you as their true children. This is such a blessing to each and every one of you. Then how should we, as filial sons and daughters, return this blessing to true parents? It is through Hyojong, a heart of filial piety. If we can overcome all of our resentment and pain and see who our true parents are and our heavenly parent too, and beyond all obstacles, help our true parents to dream. That is how we become true children. Also, in this extract, she also shares, I'm sorry if I didn't put here, but is a extract that really touched me, is that she mentions that she had to go through a lot of struggles and doubts. It was not easy for them being true children. It was not easy for them growing up and, people knowing that they were true parents, children, and receiving persecution. It was not easy for them. It was not easy for them. And one another experience that she has is that she was with a lot of anger, and she received a matching proposal from two parents, and she was the first two children to say no, because all the other two children already said yes, but she was the only one who said no to the matching proposal of true parents. But true father told her, the truth is the truth, the law is the law, and you will know, you will understand it. When you come to understand it, it will be good. So she went her path. She studied, she was working, she had a life, but then she realized that, as true father said, truth is the truth, the law is the law. And then when she came back to true parents, she opened her heart to true parents. True parents said, every night we were praying for you. We did not rest. We did not give up on you. We were praying for you every single day. So we did not give up on you. And we love you and we embrace you. So that's, of course, it's her experience, but also is our experience. True parents are also always praying for us, always unconditionally praying for us and setting up conditions for us, because they never give up. Also, heavenly parents never give up on us. So each of us in our own path, may we find and, find this deep, unconditional true love from our true parents. And let's make them proud. Let's return the blessing that they gave to us, to our community, to our brothers and sisters, and to all the world. So brothers and sisters, I came to this topic today because soon we're gonna be celebrating True Father's Holy Ascension in August. So let's come to reflect on our relationship with our true parents. And please keep that in mind. True parents love each one of us unconditionally, and they will never stop loving us. So let's develop our relationship with them, with our heavenly parent, with God, our heavenly parents, and our true parents. And may we be continuing to have this heart of filial piety towards our heavenly parents and our true parents. So we can, expand True Parents Foundation, not just to our community, but to all the world, because we are the living testimonies of true parents. We are the living testimony of true parents' hard work and providence and heart. So let's not forget about that. Brothers and sisters, this was my message for today. And I would like to invite you all to join me in prayer so we can close our service. Our dearest heavenly parents and our true parents. Heavenly parents, we are so grateful to be gathered together here as brothers and sisters, rejoicing here in your house, in your home in Ireland, joining in fellowship with our brothers and sisters to understand a little bit more about true parents. And we're really grateful for true parents' deep sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears that they shed for humankind. We deeply appreciate and respect our true parents, but we want to be closer to them. We want to live with them. We want to make them proud. So please, heavenly parents, be with us, guiding our lives, giving your wisdom so we can become true filial children, filial piety children, so we can return joy and glory to you and our true parents. We are the living testimony of true parents' hard work, of true parents' providence and true parents' foundation. We lay on a precious foundation from our true parents that they had to sacrifice. They had to sacrifice many things. They had to overcome many challenges to bring forth the providence, to bring forth your love, your ideal to all humankind, and they continue to invest themselves in bringing all humankind back to you. So we, as your children, living testimonies of True Parents Foundation, we are here all together, Heavenly Parent, to reaffirm our determination to make you proud and to serve you and to continue to expand True Parents Foundation on earth. So all humankind and our descendants in the future
can rejoice and live in the kingdom of heaven on earth, centered on you, our heavenly parents and our true parents. Really grateful to be here today in this beautiful, sunny, hot morning here in Dublin. And also we're grateful for all our brothers and sisters gathered here in your home in Dublin, as well as our brothers and sisters joining online. And may you bless each one of them so they can continue in their lives to testify and to really bring forth true parents and in your heavenly parents' will to all people around us, so people can know about true parents, because we are their embodiment, we are their living testimony. And we're deeply grateful to our true parents, and we want to celebrate in August the 10th anniversary of True Father's Ascension, so we can all be together, honoring our true father, honoring our true parents, and continue to advance the providence and continue to bring joy and glory to you as filial sons and daughters. Dearest Heavenly Parent, dearest true parents, thank you. Thank you for all your love. Thank you for never giving up on us. And thank you for being with us all along the way, and we continue to make you proud. We will return joy and glory to you eternally. Thank you, Heavenly Parents. Thank you, true parents. And thank you, all our brothers and sisters here. And I want to offer this prayer, to offer this service in all of our names, and in the name of Mia Vittorio Novo de la Corte, a Central Blessed Family, Adjun. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Now we're gonna sing our final song, and then we're going to do our announcements. I can close them.